Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Varsami and I'm a Shamanic astrologer. In this video, I will be talking to you about the upcoming full moon in Gemini that is happening on the 15th of December and is the last full moon of 2024. So this full moon comes with a massive purging of all energies, of our old ways of being, all the ways that we behaved, we speak, we socialize, all the ways of that we were thinking. Is a lot about the throat. Is a lot about owning our voice, speaking our truth, and is a lot about our social cycle. So before I start analyzing everything for you, if you are not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can support my work and I can continue making these videos for you guys. Also, I wanted to let you know that I'm offering an online workshop that is called Track Your Moon Cycles. And in this online workshop, you can learn how to study how each new moon or full moon affects you depending on your birth chart, and also how to interpret. So you will find the link down in the description of this video and you can sign up for this workshop. Also, I always forget to say, so in this video I'm like, please remember, feel free to follow me on my social media. So my Instagram is the Cosmic Guidance altogether, and the same for my Facebook page. I don't post all the time, especially now. Actually, I took almost 2 months of no posting anything, but in generally I post regularly, and also when I have inspiration. So it would be nice to be connected also there. And yeah, let's start analyzing everything. So the last full moon of 2024, and you probably already noticed how the energy shifted and the energy is much more positive. And you're wondering why, what's happening? Before we were in the Scorpio season. Scorpio season is the darkest period of the whole year. So now we are in the most positive period of the year, and this kind of like how the universe balances the energies, right? So we are in the season of Sagittarius, which is one of the most positive archetypes, together with Gemini. So we have the sun in Sagittarius, and also we have the moon in Gemini in this axis. So this full moon is happening in Gemini. So as I said, these are the most positive archetypes, the most, let's say, light energy. So you probably already from the previous with the new moon, you already feel like, oh, so much happier, so much lighter. So it's like it's because of this. So this full moon is very, very special because it's conjuncting Jupiter. And Jupiter is the planet of abundance, of expansion, of growth. So Jupiter works as a crystal, as a like crystal that amplifies the energy. So the energy of Gemini is totally amplified under this full moon, and is a full moon that helps us to really purge. First of all, I would say purge the ways that we think that are not serving us anymore, because Gemini is ruling the mind, is ruling how we think, is ruling our communication. Also, a lot to do with our communication, how we are communicating, right? And also our social cycle, because it has to do with that, the Gemini energy, our social activity, how we are socializing with other people, is a lot also to do with collaborations. So it's going to be a lot with people, like maybe you work together, you do projects together, also with friends, a lot about also your social circle. Also, Gemini also rules, is connected with social media also, because how we are having, like, say, because social media is a big thing now, right? It's like everybody has social media, so something also there, the energy of Gemini. So this full moon is a lot about the throat chakra, as I said. It's about owning our voice, speaking our truth, and you might feel how many times you suppress your voice. Think about it. How many times you suppress your voice and you didn't speak your truth? And you wanted to be kind, you wanted to be nice, you were just simply afraid to say your truth because of the consequences that this can have. So you were afraid of the consequences. So all of these suppressions get stored and stored and stored, and this is the time now that comes, like we're almost vomiting this energy. So this full moon comes like that, like a catalyst for that, and it's like, no, you're gonna take this all out. So things you didn't say to your parents, to your friends, to people from your social cycle, to your co-workers, now it's time to really speak your truth. And this doesn't mean you will literally physically go meet them and have a talk with them, or call them and have a talk, or nowadays chat on Messenger or whatever, can be also energetic. So whatever we have, like, this is very beautiful. Actually, I want to share with you about this, because also I learned this the last years and changed my life. So we always, when we meet a person, whatever relationships we're gonna have, let's say, is creating like a, let's say, an energy, like a cycle, right? So sometimes something happens and we, let's say, we break up with the boyfriend, this happens without closing this cycle properly, or we don't meet with a friend again for certain reasons, or something happens at work with the manager, with co-workers, and we cut with them, but without really resolving this, more like cutting, like very very hard. So this can have like an energetic effect, because if we don't close these cycles properly, we can still have this energy influence in us, like the very famous called energetic cords. And this applies to everything, right? So the best way to close the cycles is always communicating. And that's why I'm not a fan of the people that they do ghosting and they disappear. And it's like, you can just say, you're not interested anymore, or you don't want to hang out. Like, you don't have to disappear. So this is like, obviously these people have some serious psychological problems. That's why they do this. But it's very, very healthy for us, even for people they did ghosting to us, because this is something I see also in my surroundings. It happened to me many times, but also I see it happening more and more. It's like, okay. Um, so this is something we have to close this cycle energetically. So it doesn't have always to be communicating with these people. So energetically close this, cutting these cords and disconnecting from this person. And sometimes it's also good to visualize this person. Or what I do sometimes, I write a letter. So let's say I want to close a cycle with somebody. I wrote the letter, like if I will have this person in front of me, and then I burn this letter. I let it go. But all the things I wanted to speak up to this person, I take it out of my system. This can be, as I said, with writing, with journaling, or literally you have to speak it out. Like, you can just see it, visualize this person in front of you, and just speak it out. You have to take it out. In all cases, it has to come out. Otherwise, becomes like a blockage inside the body. So this is what we're going through right now. And also, as I said, so important to close the cycles. So literally say to your manager, I'm sorry, like, this is not working for me. Like, have this courage to really speak our truth, and honoring our no's and honoring our yes, whatever is whatever this is for you, right? So this is what it comes. This full moon brings a lot of closure in terms of the social cycles and activity. And also you will find a lot of things from the past coming, maybe people contacting from the past, but also energetically, like memories, things coming from the past, because you didn't resolve something. So you really have to close this with these people. Either, as I said, you can choose to do it energetically, and there are ways to do it, or you can just do it physically. Send a message to this person, you know what, you behaved like an asshole to me, you did this, and like all this kind of stuff. You have to express however you want to express. And sometimes all this programming we have from society, you have to be kind, you have to be a good girl, especially for us women. We always have to be beautiful and good girls. It's like, oh, sorry. It's like, no, it's not going to work like that. So all of these programs are stopping us from really speaking our truth. And then another important thing, the ruler of Gemini is Mercury. So Mercury is moving direct at the same day of the full moon, the 15th. So Mercury has been retrograde from the 26th of November until the 15th of December. So during Mercury retrograde, we have this big opportunity to reflect on our subconscious patterns, how we are thinking. And also because Mercury was in Sagittarius, was a lot about us having this higher perspective, this, let's say, seeing our life from above, like an eagle, like a higher self perspective. So now, from all these lessons we learned through Mercury, this full moon also is going to help us to release, to understand, right? Have a higher understanding, and also now have this courage to release whatever we have to release. Now, another important thing is Mars that is retrograde. So Mars is the planet of the masculine, is how we take action, how we materialize, is the planet that has to do with our motivation in life. And Mars goes retrograde every 2 years. So when Mars goes retrograde is an important cosmic event, and Mars enter the retrograde period on the 6th of December, just after the new moon and in between the full moon. And it's going to be in retrograde until the 24th of February. So as I already shared in my previous video, pretty much until, for sure, until the end of February, I would say much better until the middle of April, is going to be a lot of reflection and a lot of posing into our life to see how we are operating in our life. And this is because Venus is going to go retrograde straight after Mars. So Mars is an inner planet, the same with Mercury. Planets that are closer to the Earth and they go retrograde, they have a big effect on us. And Mars is action, so when it goes retrograde, it's like, wait a minute, don't keep taking action, just don't keep going like that without actually knowing why you're taking these actions, what the intentions behind your actions. So as I already said in the previous video, you might question yourself, how did I end up here in this moment of my life? What actions did I take that led me to this very moment that I'm right now? And this is what Mars does. So brings a lot of this energy of reflection. So that can also apply to your, as I said, to your relationships when we talk about Gemini. Like maybe you realize, for all this life of my year, all these years, I messed it up, all these years of my life, I didn't speak my truth. I never said what I really believed. I never said what I really wanted. I played myself, let's say, either small, or I always try to be a good person. I hear this so much from people. I want to be a good person. But have you been good to yourself? Actually, and this, like, people's pleaser, like, archetype is everywhere, is like so strong, and I used to have it so much as well. So I totally know everything about this. So a lot of this coming, and Mars helps us to see, like, what actions did I took before? Wait a minute. And helps us to reflect, and it's going to be quite a long time now until the end of February. Now, one of the main aspects of the moon is a square with Neptune. This is a disharmonious aspect that does with Neptune that can create a lot of illusion, confusion, but also Neptune is there to show us what we didn't want to see, how we have been being blind to ourselves. Like, sometimes the truth hurts and we're like, no, I don't want to know this. It's like, I rather don't see it, but it's in front of me. So Neptune is the planet of intuition, of spirituality, right? So your intuition is buzzing there, like, no, this person is not good for you. Look how you feel after being with this person. And you're like, no, I don't have any friends, so better have this person than nobody, So it's like things like that, So it's like this, Neptune does these things to us. And at the same time, the sun is in Sagittarius, right? As I said, doing an opposition with, is another aspect with the moon. And the Sagittarius is the time where we really can see the truth. Sagittarius connects with the truth. So when we have the season of Sagittarius, we have this, it's like almost we put ourselves into the eyes of God or the universe, whatever we're going to call it, and we see, like, oh my God, I see now. So this is what happens in the season of Sagittarius. And also the full moon always is a time of revelation. Yeah, I missed the word. Like when we can really see the truth, right? So also it's a lot about this. At the same time, under this full moon, we have Jupiter in retrograde, which already we talked about it, which is in Gemini, conjuncting the moon, and also we have Uranus in retrograde. So we have four planets in retrograde. Two of them are inner planets, because Mercury we are still considering in retrograde because it's going direct exactly the same day of the full moon. So that's all I have to share with you. I hope this video is helpful for you, and I hope it's going to help you to really find this courage and speak it out, speak your truth, and owning yourself and owning your voice. Be true to yourself. And this is the most important lesson I think we come all to learn here. And I want to talk, before I forget, also, this is Jupiter behind me. I don't know if it looks like. Well, I was meditating and I was thinking I'm gonna be drawing the full moon, but I ended up with Jupiter. So yeah, this is Jupiter into my eyes. I hope you can really see it good from this video. And I wish you all the best in this full moon. And also, if you haven't watched my previous video about the new moon in Sagittarius, I think it's going to be very helpful to watch, because these two work together, the new moon and the full moon, every time we have a full moon cycle. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.